Okay, so like everyone in the southern hemisphere here, we woke up with the shocking news that Prince William and Meghan Markle have split from the royal family. And as all things Meghan and Harry, it's not as it's more complicated than that, isn't it? So it's come as a bit of a shock. Apparently, the Queen responds here. I'll show you the website. So Meghan and Harry apparently have gone rogue. They've just said on their actual Instagram that let's have a look here. We've made a statement. After months of reflection and internal discussions, we have chosen to make a transition this year in starting to carve out a progressive new role within the institution. We intend to step back as senior members of the royal family and work to become financially independent. That's going to be interesting, isn't it? Because apparently they've got like six full-time security personnel at the moment. There we go. While continuing to fully support Her Majesty the Queen, it is with your encouragement, particularly over the last few years, that we feel prepared to make this adjustment. We now plan to balance our time between the UK and North America, continuing to honour our duty to the Queen and Commonwealth and our patronages. This geographic balance will enable us to raise our son with an appreciation for the royal tradition, into which he was born, while also providing our family with the space to focus on our next chapter, including the launch of our new charitable entity. We look forward to sharing the details of the exciting next step in due course as we continue to collaborate with Her Majesty the Queen, the Prince of Wales, Duke of Cambridge and all relevant parties. Until then, please accept our deepest thanks for your continued support. Now the thing is, nobody knew about this. It's like, if you look at the Queen's statement here, it says here, Queen responds to Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's decision to step back as senior royals. And I looked on the actual the media centre, and there wasn't any announcements here, so I'm not too sure where this is coming from. If you look at the press releases, anyway, I had a look. The last press release was the 7th of January, and it's the 8th now. So in the UK, so I'm not too sure where this came from, but there was an official document with it's with the in red that we usually get these documents come through. And now just hours after Meghan and Harry shared their plan to carve out a progressive new role, the Monarch 93 says the conversations is still in early stages. And this is what I read as well. Discussions with the Duke and Duchess of Sussex are at an early stage. We understand the desire to take a different approach, but these are complicated issues that will take time to work through. So yeah, apparently everyone's like shocked that they made this announcement without consultation. There's always drama, isn't there? There's always drama with Meghan and Harry, and I don't know what to think about all this anymore, because you have the anti-Meghan group that's saying that she's ruffling all the feathers, and there's just all this evidence is just piling up to support that, and it's pretty sad to have to admit that maybe she is ruffling some feathers and she's trying to be a bit too progressive. And as you know, the royal family is very traditional, and if you got a progressive person who's trying to change the whole structure of the royal family and how things are done, and you're splitting off and going living in America and that sort of thing, it's going to cause some issues. So. Now, the Queen's very diplomatic. She's not going to sort of criticise Meghan publicly, but there were little signs, wasn't there? Like, you saw in the palace how she didn't have Meghan and Harry in photos in the background, that sort of thing. So maybe that's her little subtle way of saying that she doesn't approve of Meghan at the moment. Because when she first came into the royal family, I thought the Queen loved her. There was photos of her and the Queen smiling, and she was like, even this photo here, look how happy the Queen looks, and yeah, so I'm not too sure what to think anymore. It's maybe Meghan's pushing her luck a little bit, and the Queen's finally had enough, because with progressive people, they always want to change. Everything has to change. It's always got to be progressive. It's got to change. Everything's about change. Oh, you don't like change. If people criticize progressives, oh, you don't want change. You're happy with the status quo. The world has to get better all the time. So they think. They think that by changing everything, it's going to get better. But sometimes that's not the case. Sometimes it just gets worse. So you can see this sort of thing happening with all these gender identifications and that they're pushing so hard for, that it's just confusing the hell out of people. That's just one example, but it's a big example that's showing in the world at the moment that this is a new progressive world, that there's hundreds of gender identifications. It's just crazy. So yeah, so this is the latest. It's unfolding. Like when it first came out this morning, it just sounded like everyone knew about it, and then it progressed to the Queen's response saying that she didn't know anything about it, and it's just a work in progress sort of thing. But the writing was sort of on the wall, because you just when the Sussex Royal actually trademarked Sussex Royal, you knew that there was some sort of branding happening there. So it wasn't really a surprise to me that they were going to split from the royal family, and then you had them splitting from the charity with Prince Harry's brother William, and that sort of thing. So there was sort of telltale signs that they were going to split from the royal family, and the fact that they're spending time over in Canada over Christmas. So that was a big sign as well. So yeah, this is huge news. This is really huge news. So it's going to be interesting to see what's going to happen. But let's look at their Instagram, because I saw something else today. I haven't really looked at their Instagram for a while. Nice photo of baby Archie there. Look how cute he is. And they also had a where is it? The year in review. Where did I see that? Was it this one? They had a year in review. Maybe it's... Where is it? Where is it? I saw a year in review just here before. I can't find it now. Or maybe it was... it might have been on their Twitter, was it? Was it on their Twitter? Royal Family... Sussex Royal Twitter. No, I don't think it was on their Twitter. It was on Kensington Palace, maybe. I saw a year in review and it was really cool. I wanted to share it with you guys. Where did I see it? It's got to be here. Just somebody hunted down for me. There was a year in review, 2019, bushfires. I'm perplexed now. I definitely saw it when I flicked through. Maybe it was that one. No. Happy New Year. Make him a little puppy. Must have been this one. Oh, here we go. So yeah, who knows what is going on? What is going on? But yeah, as I said, the writing was on the wall. You had a feeling they were gonna split. they were going to split from the royal family, because and there was rumours, they were going to relinquish their titles, and I know people are always onto me about it. Call them the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. That's their title. No, I don't think they're going to be called the Duke and Duchess of Sussex for very much longer. I'm not even going to bother. And also, it's got to do with search engine optimization. When I put in the titles Meghan Markle and Prince Harry, it's just, people search for that. They don't search for the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. They search for Meghan Markle, Prince Harry. So there's a bit of that going on. I know that's their official title, but when it comes to finding things on YouTube, people don't search for Duke and Duchess of Sussex. Okay, guys. So I'll leave it there. We'll put a little baby Archie photo up here. That's a nice place to leave it. The happy family, and I wish them luck. I'm pretty sure we'll see less of them now. They'll probably, rumours are they're going to go to Canada and basically set up base in Canada. So that makes sense. It's there'll be smaller press there, and probably easier to be more private there. So I think the big push is to have a private life. I think they've had enough of the media and all the coverage. I sort of backed off covering them for a while. It's just got so negative. But this is such big news, I thought I'd share it, because who knows what the future's going to hold for them. We don't know now. It's obviously they want to split from the royal family, do their own thing, have their own branding, be financially independent. So good luck to them, Meghan and Harry, and I wish you all the best, and I'll see you next time, guys. Cheers.